Action News, Delaware Valley's leading news program, with Matt O'Donnell, Tamala Edwards, Karen Rogers, and meteorologist David Murphy.
We begin with that breaking news. It is a tragedy in a Chester County neighborhood as fire leaves a mother and her child dead overnight. Action News reporter Catherine Scott has been working the scene with all morning long with new information and new reaction and is live in Coatesville with more. Catherine?
Matt, neighbors say they would often see this mother and the little boy around the neighborhood. Apparently, they lived in an apartment on the second floor of one of these row homes. Fire officials say no working smoke detectors were found inside of that apartment. You can see this remains an active scene on Chestnut Street. Restoration crews are here boarding up homes. Fire crews still remain as well, and the Red Cross is also on scene. Firefighters were called here to the 500 block of East Chestnut in Coatesville around 12:30 a.m. for a report of a fire and people trapped inside. There were heavy flames. The flames had spread to two neighboring homes. Another home had some minor damage, we're told. Fire crews were able to rescue 7 or 8 people from the rooftops of the homes, but that mother and her young son succumbed and were found in a second-floor bedroom. They had already perished. The Red Cross is assisting 31 people, 8 of them children. They opened a community shelter nearby, and while firefighters say there were no working smoke detectors in the apartment where the fire started, there were working smoke detectors elsewhere in the building, and it was one of those smoke detectors, that alarm in the apartment upstairs, that one neighbor tells us alerted her, her husband, and her infant of the flames, and they were able to climb up out on the roof and evacuate.
It was really smoky, and when we were on the roof, we could just see flames coming, windows bursting, just, you know, wondering if the roof was going to catch on fire. My husband was ready to just like jump off the roof, you know, and just we weren't sure what to do.
We have not been told anything about when they'll be able to get back in. Luckily, the fire department is letting them gather some belongings to bring to the shelter. We'll be able to care for them as long as they need us.
And back here live where you can see some of the restoration crews at work. We are told an adult and an infant were both taken to the hospital. We actually spoke to that adult. He said that he had already been released, that he suffered some minor smoke inhalation. The mother of that infant said they took their young daughter there just to make sure that everything was okay, and it turns out that it was. This all remains under investigation, but firefighters do not believe the cause is suspicious. We're live in Coatesville. Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
Okay, Catherine, thank you. Also breaking right now, a police officer in Burlington Township, New Jersey, shot and killed a man at a car dealership overnight. Police say the officer was responding to reports of a suspicious person inside the Willis Honda dealer on Route 130. Police have not said what specifically led up to the officer firing his weapon. After the shooting, the officer went to the hospital with chest pains. He is expected to be okay.